Hello, my lords and ladies, and welcome to another episode of some Warhammer. Except this is going to be a special edition of Terrain Tuesdays. We are painting a piece of terrain from the Skaventide box. This is going to be the Ravaged Shrine. This is very simply, easily put miniature to go through. Takes a little bit of time, but not really. First off, I always want to thank all my YouTube members. You guys are absolutely amazing. Can't thank you guys enough. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the bell so you get alerted, hit that thumbs up, and leave me a comment of what you want to see painted, or I'm just going to keep painting stuff I want to paint. Whatever. Alright, let's go. Alright, the first thing you're going to do, obviously, is build it, and then you're going to scrape off all of the mold and lines, and from the spruces, get all those off. It takes a bit of time, like any Warhammer miniature, but it will look good. So once you have it all built and properly shaven down, spray paint it in white. I use white Scar. You can use gray Seer, just some form of white base or very light gray. We're going to take some Nulin Oil and we're going to put that all over our block and stone areas. So it's going to take some Nulin Oil to do this. Next, under those same exact areas where we did the stone, we're going to use some Seraphim Sepia. Don't go overboard. You don't need to dump a whole bunch on there. Just get some on your brush and lightly paint it on. It's going to give it that nice rustic look once we do the dry brushing and undertones underneath it. So just slap that on and don't overdo it, I guess I should say. While those two colors are quickly drying, we're going to take some Basilicanum Grey and we're going to paint our rocks. Be careful you do not get the skulls in the rocks, because I did that on one skull and I tried painting over it and it was blacked out. So just be careful. It is hard to see with the white, so just take your time. And like I just said, the skulls, little skeleton horde. Make sure you did not go over those, and then you just dollop some skeleton horde in those skeleton skulls. Next, we are going to take some gray Seer and dry brush the entire stone area. The reason why we did this is because if you get some on the rocks, you just made it look better. So no big deal. So do all of the stone areas with this. Do a nice set of dry brushing to dull down the Seraphim Sepia just a little bit, and obviously the Nulin Oil underneath to create that stone look. Next, we're going to take our stone look even further, and we're going to use some Longbeard Grey. Again, it's just a darker gray to a lighter gray. You don't necessarily need these colors. It's just what I use because I have them. And if I have them, I'm going to use them. And we're just going to make those stones look even more stonier, if that makes any sense. Next, for our flame, we're going to use some Striking Scorpion Green. Again, we're trying to match the art in the book, and we have a little trick we're going to do for this later on in the video. So just paint that entire flame. Make sure you get it between the braziers as well, the little iron spots. Next, all of our wood planks. We're going to do some Shocker Wyldwood because it's easy. And it makes it look like wood. And especially with that white sticking out, it gives you the natural highlight. You don't got to do anything. Even better. Now for probably the most time-consuming portion of this miniature, because there is a lot of it. You'll see a hefty dosage of this shot here, followed by a couple other shots. Some Runelord Brass. We're going to go over all of the brass areas in this. Again, if you have the Skaventide book, you can refer to the book as well. Obviously, we don't see the stuff behind it. It only gives you one shot. But that's why I'm here. So hit all those brass areas. Take your time on this. This does take a decent chunk of the painting time. And still moving along, painting this thing. Typically when I have a large surface area to paint, if there's no sporting event on, doesn't matter what it is, because I will put on any sporting event, listen to a book or YouTube or a podcast or something and just enjoy it. And the next thing you know, you look up, you're like, oh my gosh, it's been 3 hours. It's amazing. And don't forget the little spot on the back as well. Alrighty then, coming down to the wire here on our base paints, we're going to be doing some Leadbelcher on all of our metallic areas. Inside, the pipes, there's some pipes on the back. Yeah, that's about it. For the inside of our little thermostat thing, I guess you can call it, some Black Templar. You don't need to use Black Templar, you can use Black Legion. You can use straight black, Abaddon Black, or black from any paint set. Just be careful when you're painting this because you have done the silver already. And do not paint the little arrow because we are about to paint that in red, as you will see on the next shot here in a couple seconds. Okay, alright, we're coming along here, and we're going to take some Agrax Earthshade, and we're going to paint that, or slosh it around all of our bronze area. That gives it that very earthy, rustic look once it dries, and it will look fantastic with the highlights, my lords and ladies. And the same concept with the metallic pieces. A little Nulin Oil on those little dibble-dabbles. And yeah, just put that on there and let these two washes dry completely. But we will complete a next step here in a second while those are drying. Now take some of that Warp Lightning Speed paint and you can dull it down with some water or some contrast medium and then just slap it all over that. That is going to dull down your Striking Scorpion Green and give it that same look as it is on the box. Last two paints here. Canoptek Alloy. I love this color and I don't know why. We're going to do some edge highlighting and get all the brass buttons, some raised areas, or just basically getting all of our brass metallics some metallic look with keeping the brass undertones. Looks fantastic. Oh, and the last color, my lords and ladies, some Iron Hand Steel on all of our metal area. Do not get this in the recesses, raised areas, all the bolts and edge highlighting. Don't go overboard on this. Less is more when it comes to metal. Do not get anything into the recesses. And yeah, that's about it. We'll see a final shot here in a second. And that's it. That's the first piece of terrain. There are 4 terrain pieces in the box. I will be completing them all to do a little Terrain Tuesday type thing. So this will be coming out on Tuesday, whatever day that is, the 14th or something. I don't know, whatever day that is. But yeah, pretty easy. Nothing too crazy. Speed paints really help. I want to say thank you to all my YouTube members. You guys are awesome. If you're a subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're not a subscriber, hit that subscribe button. Just do it or don't, whatever. You just watch the videos. As long as you enjoy it. That's all I really do it for. Alright, until next time, paint on.